What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the first day of July, and here we are at 0035. Setting up, 8 hours, 25 minutes left in the day, setting up for what could be a double bottom, and wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something special if we did? I don't think we're going to find a double bottom here. Let me just lay you down gently here. I doubt that we're going to find a double bottom here, but it's possible. It's something that we should consider. And in that consideration, let's go over some targets that you'd like to see if you were to validate this as a low, right? First and foremost, just looking at this here, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I would think if you get above this high at about 004, it's pretty encouraging to the thought of this being a double bottom, a low point, and you're not going lower. It's pretty encouraging. Doesn't mean that it's valid. I would think you'd have to get all the way above here before I'm completely convinced, right? We need to see prices at like 0045 or higher on a daily closing basis, maybe a multi 4-hour closing basis, to convince me that that was the low and that we're going higher. Until then, it's just noise, right? Yeah, you might break out of this downtrend, but so what, right? You've broken out of downtrends before, right? Let's see. Here, you broke out of this one. You even got the higher high, and nothing at all. I mean, I doubt that you'd get this higher high, right? But getting above that, it's possible, and that's why we're talking about it. I mean, if we take this from an overall high here from June 23rd to the low that we just had on June 30th there yesterday, the golden ratio is right here at this area. Again, getting above here, and I didn't know that at the time, but getting above the golden ratio is encouraging, but it's not all inspiring for this to be the low. Getting above the 886, getting above this 100 here, that would very much convince me and compel me to believe that we have found the low. So 0045 is whenever it's time to party. 004, it's when it's time to get a little bit optimistic. Until then, I would expect that you're probably just going to find resistance here at the 382 and continue to work your way down. You're so close, man. You are so close. And this is nothing to get discouraged with, but you're so close to finding your low. If not, you're already there, but I doubt that you are. 1 hour RSI, every time we've been overbought recently, it's been around a relative high point. You've definitely seen volatility. I mean, you can see here, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. I mean, that's literally volatility as it's defined in the RSI, man. We're getting it in the price. If you're moving up and you're in volatile times, what's likely going to happen? If you move up, you're going to move down. If you move down, you're going to move up, right? It's very, very volatile. ZBCN, one of the things we love about it is how tradable it actually has been throughout this whole range. I get it if you're not trading it. And it's probably best, by the way, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Just because I'm saying it's tradable doesn't mean you should try trading it. It might be tradable, but you just might buy the high and sell the low every step of the way. You know what I mean? It is likely best for the average person investing in ZBCN to just hold on to it. Don't sell it, right? Don't try to trade it. Just buy more, if anything. Don't trade it. If anything, if you want to quote unquote trade it, just try to time the lows as best you can. At least don't buy on the highs. And if you're looking at the price, it's a good way if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not familiar with technical analysis, or at least you don't have a lot of experience in it, like less than 5 years or 3 years of experience, I would say trust your emotions, or maybe don't trust your emotions. Does that make sense? Trust your emotions, because they will lie to you. Trust that they will lie to you. Whenever you're excited and you feel like you can't be beat, that's whenever you should not buy. Whenever you're like, damn it, C-Zar was right, it's going lower, maybe that's when you should buy. You know what I mean? Like, damn it, here, it's going to happen, it's going to go lower. If you bought there, you'd be catching a nice little pump right now. Nothing too crazy. But I'm just saying, in that kind of aspect, if you listen to your emotions and you go against them, buying might be easier. If you listen to your emotions and you go with your emotions, buying, you're probably going to buy the high every single time. But other than that, yes, it's very tradable. It's nice to see something that's so tradable. 4-hour RSI and MACD and stochastics, they all look like they want to turn around here and go up a little bit more. So that's what you could go up a little bit higher from here, but I'm not expecting anything too courageous, let's just say. Relative high to relative low. Yeah, I think you'll find resistance 004 at the highest, probably right here at 0036, but we'll see. We'll figure it out soon enough. Daily time frame, a lot of bullish divergence forming on this MACD. We love to see it. This is a healthy looking MACD, you guys. You're crossing below the zero, and that's not ideal necessarily, but it's not a big deal. Who cares? You're still forming bullish divergence, and as you are moving lower and you are decaying in bearish momentum, that's nothing to be worried about, right? That's actually really good. Stochastics here, you have bullish divergence forming as well. But we're not really getting that reaction that you'd want to see. I mean, this could, I think the stochastics makes a good argument for this to be the low. I'm not going to lie. But we'd have to see an immediate reaction up. You'd have to see some kind of move that would take you up higher in a very, very short amount of time, like within the next couple of days. 3-day time frame, or no, the RSI, I'm sorry. The RSI is the one thing making me think we go lower, right? We are bouncing at the 40, but we're rejecting the 50. You know, normally if you bounce off the 40, you would go to the 60 and then bounce. That's like a neutral zone stance. Whenever you bounce at the 40 and your neutral zone's at the 50, that's more bearish, and you're likely getting set up to go to the oversold zone. And that's my perspective at the moment. I think that you're going to go to the oversold zone, and with that, you'd probably break out of this range, going to the next range, which we all know is at 0,029, right? From a low to a high, 0,0293, 0,0295, whatever, something in that area. Again, prepare yourselves. It's very common to go just below the 382. You can wick below the 382 and then come back up and close above it. That's fine. It's totally fine if you do that. Very normal if you do that. So just because you get below 0,029 doesn't mean that this thing is forsaken or that it's going to zero, right? It just means that it's doing what it normally does, actually finding support there. And maybe you even go down to the 0.5 area. You find support at prior resistance. That's fine too. Tomato, whatever, man. Soon enough, though, right? One thing I can say that I'm pretty confident in, whether or not this is a double bottom, you know, I'm not confident that it is. It looks like one. I'm confident it looks like one, but I'm not confident that it is one. What I am confident in is that if this is an overall consolidation phase here, and it is, we are in the last quarter. We're in the final moments of it, right? So this isn't going to last too much longer. I would assume within the next 2 weeks, if not maybe even this week, we have resolution to the downside. It would be ideal if it happens quicker. By the way, on that note, you know, just with this kind of thought, I know how it is, right? Sometimes you expect a zone to happen like this, and if it's moving slowly, you just kind of expect it to happen slowly. If it went like this, you wouldn't be scared. But if it dumps all of a sudden down here, you might panic. Don't let a fast move make you panic, okay? Or if you do panic, just don't act on it. You want a fast move, right? The best thing could have been if from a high here, you just ripped all the way down here. That would have been your low, guys. You would have been consolidating still. You would have been figuring things out, but you would have had your low already. You'd be building, right? That would have been the best thing ever, is to drop super fast. So don't be afraid of a super sharp drop. Sharp drops are oftentimes good buying opportunities, especially if you're holding for the long term. Don't worry about catching that knife, because if you're as long as you're buying at areas that make sense, you know, trying to catch a knife can be dangerous if you're using leverage and stuff like that. But if you're just buying and holding and waiting, maybe you try to catch the knife, it drops fast and then bounces a little bit, but then it continues to drop. That's okay, because you will recover, you will come back, right? So just hold, buy more, hold more, don't sell. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all.